This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Wakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostle, great millstone, who ruled well and taught me this truth. And salutation to the Yakim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought up the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 35, is that you clearly see the red Hebrew Edomite, all right, the so-called white man of today, all right, trying to influence his power all over the earth, where he's literally sabotaging, all right, the power structure of Venezuela, all right, the electricity grid, all right, and that's the MO of these Hebrew Edomites, okay, because if they can't get what they want, quote unquote, diplomatically, then they use other tactics, which is, okay, wicked, all right, and that's just who they are, all right, because they want to spread themselves all over the earth, control everything, all the resources, the people, all right, because, all right, they're the devil. So let's get into this article right here. Venezuela, blaming U.S. for 6-day blackout, orders diplomats to leave. Right, and that's what's happening. That's the reason why Mike Pompeo put out an order for all U.S. diplomats to leave Venezuela, because it was really Maduro who said you got to go, because he knew exactly who took out his power supply. It was America. Venezuela ordered American diplomats on Tuesday to leave within 72 hours after President Nicolas Maduro accused U.S. counterpart Donald Trump of cyber sabotage and plunged the South American country into its worst blackout on record. Right, man. This is a cold-calculated, all right, attack by the United States of America, a.k.a. Babylon, all right, by you red Hebrew Edomites. The presence of Venezuela's soil of these officials represents a risk for the peace, unity, and stability of the country, the government said in a statement after talks broke down over maintaining diplomatic ties between the two countries. Chief Prosecutor Tariq Saab said on Tuesday he was asking Venezuela's pro-Maduro Supreme Court to open an investigation into opposition leader Juan Guaido for participating in the alleged sabotage. Washington has taken the lead in recognizing Guaido as Venezuela's rightful president after 35-year-old Congress chief declared himself interim president in January, calling Maduro's 2018 re-election a fraud. Most countries in Europe and Latin America have followed suit. He just announced himself, I'm the president, all right? And that goes to show you, all right, you so-called white people, all right, you red Hebrew Edomites, all right, when it comes to supposed democracy, if it doesn't benefit your interests, you don't care for it, all right? That's why democracy is bullshit. It's a lie. It's a setup to confuse people. And, you did a good job, because the majority of people on this earth are confused. The United States has implemented a raft of sanctions to put pressure on Maduro, and the U.S. Special Envoy on Venezuela, Elliot Abrams, a.k.a. war criminal, a.k.a. lied to Congress not once but twice and was convicted of lying, all right, and was a part of the Iran-Contra scandal. So this is who they are using, and I did a video on this guy, all right, Elliot Abrams. All right, it goes to show you that America, they're so desperate. They're bringing people back from the 80s who are convicted of war crimes, all right, to try to usurp the sovereignty of Venezuela. Said on Tuesday that Washington was prepared to impose very significant additional sanctions in the coming days against financial institutions deemed to be supporting Maduro's government. Right. And so every time America sets sanctions on the government, all it does is hurt the Venezuelan people. Okay? Because really what this devil wants is war in Venezuela. Let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they draw swords. Right, and this is, okay, the red Hebrew Edomite, okay, M.O. This is exactly who he is. He talks about, oh, he's here to help the Venezuelan people. That's why we're going to put sanctions, all right, to punish the government of Maduro. But really, it's just to cause more war, more chaos in that country, all right? But guess what? People are not falling for it anymore. People are not falling for it. People are waking up to the lies, man, all right? They see what you try to do in Syria, and it didn't work, all right? So what makes you think this is going to work here in Venezuela? Hey, man, big wars are coming. In America, you're going to be the main target. Maduro, who retains control of the military and other states institutions, as well as backing of Russia and China. See, that's where it is, man. Russia and China not allowing you to take down Venezuela, right? They have a lot of money invested in this place, all right? So America, you're going to have to go in, all right, through the front door where everybody can see you, meaning you're going to have to bring in your military, and that's going to be your ass, all right? Has blamed Washington for his nation's economic turmoil and denounced Guaido as a puppet United States. Exactly, all right? Because it is Washington, all right? It is America that's doing this. With the power blackout and its 6-day hospital struggle to keep equipment running, food rotted in the tropical heat, and exports from the country's main oil terminal were shut down, right? This is what America is doing. Let's jump down to the point. Trump most responsible. Maduro blamed Washington for organizing what he said was a sophisticated cyber attack on Venezuela's hydroelectric power operations, right? Its power supply, all right? Only America could do something like this. Donald Trump is most responsible for the cyber attack on the Venezuelan electricity system, Maduro said on the broadcast from the Miraflores presidential palace on Monday night. Quote, this is technology that only the government of the United States possesses, end quote. The United States Department has already announced that it would withdraw its remaining diplomatic staff from Venezuela this week. Well, of course, because everybody, okay, is getting in Venezuela knows who the culprit is, all right? You think Maduro is going to shut his own power supply in his own country? All right, that's stupid. That's suicide. That's suicidal. All right, and all that did was make the Venezuelan people see that it's America causing all their problems. The United States Department has already announced that it would withdraw its remaining diplomatic staff from Venezuela this week. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in an interview on Tuesday with radio show Texas Standard that decisions regarding Venezuela has been affected by the combination of a rapid deteriorating situation and U.S. diplomats being in harm's way, right? All right, because, they're gunning for those U.S. diplomats' heads, all right? And I believe these U.S. diplomats are CIA operatives as well, all right? That's it on this article. Let's go to another scripture and I'm going to bring out another article, all right? Because really, Micah 2:1 really describes you red Hebrew Edomites. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon your deads. Right. You go into your little meeting, situation room, all right, and you conspire against, okay, these countries that you don't like, okay, that don't want to listen to you, that want to do their own, that wanted to take care of their own people, all right, who feel they have their own people in their best interests. So you conspire on your beds, all right, and you do all this wicked acts like sabotaging an electrical grid, all right, funding an opposition group, okay, and then being caught in the process, which I'm going to get into that article. So this is what you devils do. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, right? Okay, just like in Psalms 37, verse 35. All right, I've seen the wicked in great power, spreading himself like a green bay tree. It's you red Hebrew Edomites. You're the wicked, okay? And all you do is bring nothing but pain and sorrow to the earth. Verse 2. And they come in fields and take them by violence, right? You want Venezuela's oil and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, right, man? Okay? So this is what you've been doing consistently since you got into the power Renaissance period. All right, you bring nothing but violence, and you covet after everybody's resources. Verse 3, therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, against his family do I devise an evil, for which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Right, because guess what? The prophets are now, awoken, and they're bringing out this word in truth and sincerity, the scriptures, and exposing you devils, everything that you do under the sun. All right? So that vibration is being pushed out on the earth, and that's why you're being exposed on all fronts. America, all right, which is ran by you red Hebrew Edomites. You can't escape anymore, all right? And you're being exposed, and that's why World War III is going to come, and that's why there was a news article, or I'm not going to get it, that the RAND Corporation did a whole bunch of war game simulations, and every outcome, all right, every outcome, and the war game simulation was when you had to fight against Russia and China, all right? Every outcome was you got your ass handed to you. You lost. And that's spiritual because you're going to lose in the Third World War, all right? Let's get another article. As U.S. officials repeatedly caught out over Venezuela lies, Pompeo accuses RT of disinformation. Right, and that's just America, man. America's been caught lying, and yet, they want to say everybody else is lying, all right? Being the devil, that's what a devil is, a deceiver. The U.S. has been calling for regime change in Venezuela for months. In that time, U.S. officials have been caught skewing the facts on the ground and pushing disinformation to media. But the real bad guy, RT, of course. All right, yeah, because that's what Mike Pompeo is saying. That's according to U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who spoke to media on Monday to give an update on the situation in Venezuela. Yeah, this is Mike Pompeo, this fat, sloppy, red Hebrew Edomite bastard, all right? Okay? He's the devil. Never mind that the U.S. has declared its support for an unelected opposition leader, Juan Guaido, and repeatedly called for the overthrow of current President Nicolas Maduro, who is supported by millions of his citizens. Right, man? Supporting an unelected, right? You're supposed to be representing democracy, yet you support an unelected opposition leader, Juan Guaido. That's these devils, all right? And repeatedly called for the overthrow of current President Nicolas Maduro, right? And it's true because, hey, you even got this general right here. This is from Fox Business. U.S. military intervention in Venezuela may begin very soon. General Tata, right? And that's what's going to happen, man. War is going to have to break out, all right? Because it's evident that America is not able to overthrow Maduro covertly. So now it's got to be out in the open. And this is what they're calling for. U.S. military intervention in Venezuela may begin very soon, according to retired Brigadier General Anthony Tata. Quote, I think in the next 2 weeks, we're going to see this thing bubble up and ferment, he told Fox Business Trish Reagan on Tuesday. Quote, the aid has to get in there, and importantly, President Trump has made this sort of line in the sand, so he needs to do something that will affect, or he needs to set up the conditions that will affect the transition to Juan Guaido for power. Tata added, if Nicolas Maduro regime chooses to inject the Cuban-trained folks and others from Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah, then I think that's a good call for the United States to get military involved, right? And they're going to use that narrative that Iran and Hezbollah, as well as Russia's in Venezuela as well, plus Cuba. So, hey, man, the land that you're seeing, okay, America be literally wanting to go to war, man. All right, and it's going to be out in the open, and everybody's going to see that it's America that's causing the problem. And Pompeo's curious interpretation, it is not Washington's thwarting of international law and attempts to engineer our military coup in full view of the world that is the problem. It is Russia that has created this crisis by providing political cover to Maduro and pressuring other countries to disregard the democratic legitimacy. Legitimacy? This motherfucker is lying. Really? Nobody elected Juan Guaido. What the fuck are you talking about? All right? You red Hebrew Edomites in America, man. You're being exposed. It's funny. The shit that you say, you're just liars, man. of Guatemala, who was, by the way, never actually elected by anyone, right? All right? This is this devil. For failing to adhere to Washington's approved narrative, Pompeo branded RT a disinformation organ, an ironic definition considering it is U.S. officials that have been caught outright lying about events in Venezuela since the Trump administration declared support for Guaido in January, right? And so here are the lies, all right? That's why you got to watch this devil, man, and that's why he's being caught. He's being caught because, all right, there's no way to get around it, man. You got cameras everywhere now, all right? You got multiple news sources, all right? This isn't the 80s, and that's the thing. America is playing the book like it's the 80s. You're fucking idiots, all right? In one case, U.S. and Colombia officials were caught lying about one of the aid trucks attempting to illegally cross the Venezuelan border last month was set alight. National Security Advisor John Bolton accused masked thugs, right, this war criminal right here, John Bolton, all right, accused masked thugs sent by Maduro of torching the aid crates, even as video evidence proved that it was in fact opposition protesters hurling Molotov cocktails at the police which started a fire, right? And it's funny because even watch, it gets better. Read this. Watch this. Independent journalists and RT reporters questioned the claims and reported on the footage showing what had actually happened rather than what had happened in Bolton's vivid imagination. But major U.S. media ignored the video. Right, America's propaganda. All right, you don't have a free press, America. All right, you have a press that's owned by the CIA, the Pentagon, FBI, so on and so forth. All right, you don't have a free press. But major U.S. media ignored the video and instantly paraded the Maduro thugs line instead. It was only when the New York Times investigated and found that others had known weeks before that it became acceptable to speak the particular truth. Right, because obviously, okay, when you have multiple news sources outside America reporting that, no, it was the protesters who light those aid trucks on fire, then eventually America now has to come out with one of their propaganda tools and say, oh yeah, we did an intense investigation. We found out that, yeah, it was the protesters. Because that's America, all right? Because when they get caught, then they want to act like, no, we figured it out. Yeah, it was the protesters. Now, is John Bolton going to renege on his statement? Of course not, because they're the devil, all right? And they're in their pride and their pump, okay? And they'll never admit when they're wrong, because that's the devil. That's these Edomites. That's these red Hebrew Edomites, all right? That's why they got to be eradicated. They have to be judged. America has to be destroyed, okay? And then the rest that survive, they have to go into slavery because they're a bunch of liars. In another instance, U.S. officials, including Pompeo, spread a photograph, of a blocked off bridge connecting Colombia and Venezuela, claiming that Maduro had blocked the route to keep out humanitarian aid. The bridge in question, however, had never been open to traffic, but U.S. media dutifully reported the false claim from officials anyway. Canadian channel CBC was the only major outlet that clarified the facts when the lie had been exposed. Most U.S. mainstream media has uncritically accepted Pompeo's version of events in Venezuela, while RT has not, which might have a little something to do with why he isn't a big fan. Right, because, hey, nobody's going along with your bullshit narrative anymore, America. All right, people are eyes are open. They see your track record. You've been nothing but a deceitful, lying nation, all right? And all you do is lie to the American people to try to convince them to believe in your military-industrial complex, all right? But people, even some people in America are waking up that, hey, this is bullshit, okay? That's why World War III is going to break out, and that's why it's going to catch a lot of people in America who don't even want to pay attention to the news anymore because they're tired of it. It's going to catch them unaware because they're going to end up having to fight World War III. A draft's coming. But maybe, just maybe, he doesn't want people to hear the other side of the story. In light of emerging facts and evidence, who has really been responsible for spreading disinformation about Venezuela? Well, we'll leave it up to you to decide, right? And guess what? We are the prophets of great millstone through the spare power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, we know exactly who the wicked is. We know all you Americans, you're full of shit. All right? because that's all right. You're the wicked. The wicked are strange. Um, wicked are the wicked are born are estranged from the womb, speaking lies. All right. I'm not gonna get that scripture, but this scripture I want to bring out because this is America's continents. Psalms 52:1. Why boasteth thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh endureth continually. Right, because you boast yourself, all right, in mischief, America. This is you red Hebrew Edomites. Verse 2. Thy tongue devises mischief, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Right, lying. All right, building a narrative that wasn't there. Okay, spreading disinformation. Verse 2. 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Right, and that's the red Hebrew Edomite. All right, and to see how he conducts himself on foreign policy should prove, all right, who the red Hebrew Edomite is. Verse 4. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Verse 5. Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Salah. Right? The Lord's going to destroy you, red Hebrew Edomites. All right? Because you're being exposed. That's why World War III is coming. World War III is coming. All right? Can't get around it. All right? Because this is of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Verse 6. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Right? We're going to laugh at you. All right? Okay? Because we're going to see the Lord's works. And that's why we fear Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay? We see his works every day. And we see America being exposed every day. And why? And that's why you red Hebrew Edomites are going down. All right? And there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? And we're going to laugh at your downfall. Kal how Yahweh Bashem Shai. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edified. Hey, once again, America's being caught lying, being deceitful. All right? Spreading disinformation. Okay? Sabotaging an electrical grid, a power grid in Venezuela. All right? And that's this devil, man. You got to be aware of this devil. Okay? Because if he's doing this, all right, what makes you think, okay, he's not going to do the same when it comes to persecution for us? All right? So, you have to consider that. You have to truly consider that. Because this devil right here, in fact, Salakia brothers, I got one more. All right? Well, this is for the elect sake. Psalms 50, I think it's 57. Yeah, Psalms 57. All right? Because this is how you have to see this devil for what he is. I got one more. Let me bring this out. One more. Psalms 57:4. My soul is among lions, and lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue are sharp sword. Right, man. We're in the midst of all these lions, man. All right, who are going to use disinformation. All right, these devils are going to use disinformation to try to take us down, man. Just try to spread a narrative to say we're the bad guys, when in actuality they're the bad guys. All right? Verse 5, be thou exalted, O Yahweh, above the heavens. Let the glory be above all the earth. Verse 6, they have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit for me in the midst there, whereof they are fallen themselves. Right? Because, hey, this word is actually exposing you. So you think you're going to dig a pit for us? Not going to happen. All right? The Lord is on our side. And the Lord is going to protect us in these last days. Verse 7, my heart is fixed, O Yahweh, my heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise. Verse 8, awake up, my glory, awake up, my glory, awake. Psaltery and harp, I myself will awake early. I will praise thee, O Lord, among the people. I will sing unto thee among the nations. Right, and we're singing, all right? When we are singing, and we're telling, okay, our people, all right, more specifically, hey, man, the Lord is about to make his appearance. All right, he's going to bring judgment onto the whole earth. All right, and World War III is going to happen. And so you better pay attention, man. So Lord willing, that was edifying. And once again, Hey, these devils are being exposed. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Mukakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep the door and keep the faith. And with that, shalom.